a quick demo of the cart rostering system that I have proposed for InnerFM. Let's have a look and just see the two main halves of the system. They are carts and the roster. The first thing we do is we set which week we're going to generate the carts for, and we will say the week starting the 26th of April as the week we would like to do it, and it's told you that there are 67 program entries for that day. Okay, now with that in mind, we'll go to look at carts. Basically, these are all the different sorts of carts. There's a fixed cart. These are like news and weather that come up at fixed times of the day that we want to hard code into the template. We have special spots. Scheduled carts. That's the one I want to talk about. Scheduled carts. These are ones that are scheduled to run once a day, so many times a day, or so many times a week. And then the roster system will just schedule it 4 times a week or once a day. It doesn't have to be 4, it can be much bigger. Then there's these ones like, let's say you want to schedule it not at random 4 times a week, but only in certain programs. Okay, we're going to take a look at warmer weather. And we see warmer weather is set up to play, not only is it 4 times a week, but it's 4 times a week in these particular programs. Meaning I can pick which programs it's going to be in, and it'll find a random spot in each program, and it'll happen 4 times a week. If I wanted to add an extra program, let's say I wanted to also put it in Friday Oasis, I just click that. Maybe I take it away from Friday Morning Magazine. Maybe I'll put a third one, and we'll put the Supper Club in as well. So schedule it 4 times in a week, and there are 5 programs at random to put it in. There are fill-in carts. Now, these are the carts, like all the community service announcements, that just fill in the spots up to maybe 3 every half hour. The ones marked TA, these are ones that are parent carts. In other words, there's this CS13 family piece, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different versions of it. You'll notice carts have a start date and an expiry date. Yes, and so the system will not let you schedule a cart after its expiry date. There's comments like just do a CSA read. By the way, the system will handle reads just like a scheduled cart. You can schedule a read in certain programs or 6 times a week or once a day for a particular announcement, which is in line with our sales approach at the moment. There's pre-records. A pre-record is something that says new grooves. I've got a directory called carts new grooves. As soon as somebody puts a program in there, and it can schedule the new grooves, the right version of new grooves to play in the cart roster. There's this, there's overnight music, which has its own scheduling technique. And there is unscheduled carts. These are the ones that are all the IDs, etc. just in case we want to be able to put in an ID in between overnight musics or things like that. There's an option called Synchronize Carts. Very important option. What it enables you to do is it looks in the carts directory and it looks at its own database, and everything in the carts directory that's not in the database, it comes up in this list. And it's an easy way to start adding carts into the system because all of the details are already known. It lists the carts not found in directories that are in the database. It lists carts soon to expire in case you want to update them. And it also shows you carts in the database that are not yet scheduled to have started yet. And, you can go into updates from there and update all of the bits and pieces. That is cart rostering. Sorry, that is cart adding in all of the carts. I will say yes and save the carts database. Then we go into a roster. Now, this is the easiest part of the whole system. When you go into the roster, now you remember we picked the 26th of April as our week, and there you can see the whole program grid for the week starting the 26th of April, straight out of the program guide, the up-to-date one. And you can see we've got fixed things like news, weather, a few CSAs put in there, a few do not allocs. Why? Because they're pre-recorded programs. You don't want carts allocated into those spots. And you can see the overnight music spots. If I wanted to add a specific cart to run at a specific time, now is the time to do it. For example, I might find in our schedule carts that I have here moods PP18. I just click on it, and maybe I want it to occur in the scouting around program. I just click on it, and there it is. What I didn't mean to put it there, I can right mouse click it and remove the cart. Or maybe I don't like the sequence of things, I can right mouse click it and review the time slot, and we can see we can remove carts, change the sequence by moving things up and down if you don't like the sequence. But you're rarely going to be doing that. Most of the time you're going to open the template, press auto allocate, and there's your cart roster, all ready to either create a printable roster or upload to the internet. I'll just upload this to the internet, which is now happening. It takes about 10 or 12 seconds to upload to the internet, and it's done. That was it. So on a normal week, cart rostering with all fresh carts generated according to the specific rules. You can see the blue items, and then the fill-in carts. And it just takes, 15 seconds a week, and you've got fresh carts, not the same carts each week, and all the rules of sponsorships are all taken care of. Pretty neat, isn't it? Now, one of the things we were looking at was warmer weather, PP8, I think it was. So we'll just do a search on PP008, and we asked for it to be programmed 4 times in those 5 program spots, and you can see that's where they come up because it's murder finding them in here. You'll also notice that the overnight music's been rostered, and it rosters based on some options that are provided, so many extra hours more than the available slot. It defaults to 3 hours. So if I've got an 8-hour slot, it'll put 11 hours of overnight music in. That's it. I can then save the roster, which just saves a file. And this was 0426 and the roster is saved. And what else you can do is you can print a printable roster. Before that, you can clear the grid, or you can save it as a new default roster in case you've made changes to the fixed carts, or you can restore back to the default roster. As you see here, I go back to the default roster. I will now load the roster we just saved. You could start with that if you wanted to for another week. I don't know why you would. To create a printable roster, well, we'll just have to wait while it happens, and then I'll show you what it's generated. It's happening now in the background while I talk. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, if I take a look at this, what do we see here? We see printable roster with the overnight music, the names of the shows, all the things that you see in the cart rostering program. You'll see it's generated some reads because I turned some carts into reads. Saturday, Sunday. It's all easy. One, you just create this spreadsheet and then you do a print and it'll print a page on each of the 7 days. And that was our cart roster, which we will now close. We'll close that. Yes, let's say, for example, you need to put in a total fire ban the night before. It's a simple matter of editing a manual roster. Let's roster edit, let's say, the 2nd of May, one of the ones we just created. It all comes up in a simple Excel spreadsheet, and you'll just insert a total fire ban line wherever you want to and press save, which I won't do at the moment. And then you would manually upload it to the web again. And then it'll come up in the cart roster systems at the station automatically. There we have it. That is the cart roster system.